Hi everyone, today is letter D, and D stands for doilies, and D stands for dresses. So today I'm going to show you how to do paper dresses, doily dresses, all kinds of different dresses, different sizes, different sizes, different shapes, different materials, all different kinds of embellishments. And yeah, so if you want to learn as much as I could tell you about this, stick with me. Okay, so this one was made with a medium size paper doily. This one was made from a small silver on one side, white on the other doily. This one came out of a coloring book. It's actually a mandala, and I cut it out and made it into a dress. And this one's the same as this one, except it's out of a different coloring book, a larger mandala, and I didn't color that, just to give the nice black and white feel. So today I'm going to show you different materials, like I said earlier, different sizes, how to walk you through. They're all the same, doesn't matter the materials you use, but just to give you some ideas of what maybe you have around that you can make these with. Okay, so I'll just put these aside. And the first thing, of course, are doilies. If you're like me, every time you went somewhere and you found different doilies, you picked them up. So you could have small, I've got these ones are these ones are fabric. They are what do you call that, like burlap almost. And these ones are the silver ones I showed you, that's silver on one side and white on the other. Then I've got some that have beautiful hearts. They're also fabric. They almost feel like a dryer sheet. Okay, the rest are paper that are here in my hand. They just have different borders on them. Those are all paper. Okay, and then I've got medium, I've got large. They're different colors, like I have white, red, and gold. And then the medium colors are just paper white ones. Also, I have, I guess I'll move that aside. I have a couple of coffee dyed. So that might be another idea if you want it to look like it's a vintage, old, weathered dress, coffee dyed. Now, if you don't have any doilies, I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can use instead of doilies. All right, we'll just put these away for now. I'm not sure what I'm going to use while I give you the demonstrations. There's two different dresses I'm going to teach you how to make. Two different styles, I should put. Okay, so if you don't have doilies, you can use coffee filters. That's an idea. You can, if you know, have like die cuts that are big circles and have designs, you could use scissors, you know, like those snowflakes we used to do when we were kids, and you fold them up and you cut the design in. You could do that. You can use the special scissors around the edge, punches around the edge, whatever your heart desires would be awesome. So those are not coffee dyed. Those are just like a, I guess, a parchment-y coffee filter, and I just flatten them. Then here are the mandala books I was telling you about. So these ones are more of the white and black. So I have to really watch how delicate they are, unless you leave some white when you're trimming. You could also do this, and there's more black than there is white, which would be beautiful as well. You wouldn't want to do something like that unless you're going to trim around this area here. That would be all right. So that's one book. Oh, that one's beautiful. I think I would just leave that. I'd be afraid to color that. It looks so tiny. And then my larger one that I have from the coloring book is from this one. This book was really easy to cut around to make some. They're perfectly round, most of them, I believe. Yeah, they're perfectly round. So they'd be easy to cut around. And like if I was to come in to do this one, I don't think I would make it totally round. I would kind of scallop it, or maybe use my hole punch around to make the scallops. I'd figure something out to make a little design. Because when you're making them, let me just show you here. Let's see here. This one will show it the best. Color ones. So you'll see there's layers to the dress. So there's one layer here, and then there's a layer here. And same with the second design I'm going to show you. I've never did the other design yet, but I'm going to show you a different design that I think will work also. Now, if you don't have coffee filters, you don't have doilies, you can use round fabric. You can cut out papers to be round, or yeah, somewhat round, snowflakes. I'm sure you can come up with some wonderful, wonderful ideas. It's not unlimited to your imagination. I tried to think of everything that I could, but paper-wise, oh my gosh, just anything. Even if you had jelly prints and you wanted to cut them out as a circle and use that, or jelly, put that on your jelly plate and make it beautiful. You can color them before you make them into a dress, like I did here. I colored them. You can use some spray inks. You can make your own spray inks if you know how to do that. Oh, excuse me, I'm in my pajamas here. Yeah, it caught me. You can use whatever your heart desires to color these. Markers, pencil crayons. You could maybe even find some, what do you call those? Some digitals that are round and make them. Okay? All right, so I'm going to show you how to make the two different designs coming right up. Before we get into the designing, I wanted to also show you a couple ideas. To make round, you could also find something, a lid, trace around, get something round, trace it around to cut it out as well. That was an idea I had earlier. And some extra things you're going to want, for decorating. So if you want to get everything together and go along with me here. So I have on some of them, I have some flowers, ribbon. This one I just colored a belt on. This one I used washi tape. But some other ideas I had, I've got my washi. I got some yarn that's kind of like braided yarn. I've got some ribbon that's leaves. I got that from the dollar store. I've got a basket full of different ribbons, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to end up using. I've also got, oh, it fell. I've got some of these little gems. We could put those around, or if you don't have those and you have some Nouveau drops or stickles or anything like that, you could just put those on. Or you can even glue where the belt goes and just put on little, whatever you find around the house, buttons or beads or anything at all. Really, it truly works. But I already cut off a strip of these guys, and I really wanted to try to see how fancy it made them. So pretty tiny. I hope I can do it. I don't know if they're singular on here or if I could take it off as a whole strip. We'll work through the process. All right. So, you're going to need scissors and glue. So whatever glue, if you want to use glue stick or regular glue. I guess it depends too. If you're making fabric ones, you'll want to make sure you have a fabric glue. All right. So I'm going to make them medium size so you could see them well enough. And you'll need 2 for each dress. So I'm going to separate to make 2 for each dress. And the first thing you want to do is have the good sides down on them, okay? And that's where we're going to start. I'm going to be right back. Okay, my dogs are playing, so I don't want to, when it goes good, I want to stop it and make sure I can load that part. All right, so for the dress part for this guy, what you'll want to do is you'll want to take the bottom and fold it up 2/3 of the way. So whether that be like this one here, I have 2 layers of here. Like if yours is shorter around is what I'm trying to say. If it's has a smaller design, you could put it lower if you'd like. But I'm going to, and then you just fold that. Okay. And then you're going to fold that part here. Well, I'll show you up here first. Take this corner now, and you're going to fold it up here so it makes 1, 2, 3 layers. Okay, so see that there? It's not in half, but you're making sure this line is even. So there we go. So I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you're going to want to glue this together. Just a little bit of glue on that one side here, just to push it down. And then if you want to stick some in that, you can. I don't worry about there. I just do the one side. It stays together really well. I guess I put too much glue. Here I'm rubbing it on my clean pajamas. I just got out of the shower. All right, so there's that. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to cut a little wee piece off of here. Some people fold them down, I've seen, but I want to just cut a little triangle off of there. And then you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so that's the bottom part of our dress, which is the skirt part. Now for the next part, we'll put that up here. Can you still see that? Yep. Okay, remember, good side facing down. This one, we're going to fold in even parts. We're going to fold 3 times. So 1, we're going to match everything up. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. This part here would give you enough to make 3 dresses. This part. So if you don't want to waste it, make some, do some mass making and make 3 in a row. There's 2. Now you want to make sure you get that crease. Okay, 2. You could use your bone folder. I don't worry about that part. Now you could go like this and fold it, but I prefer to open that because what we're looking for is the lines, and then fold it in half here. So you're getting all these triangles is what you're getting, and you're wanting a nice sharp tip at the top. Not really necessary. You're not going to see that part, but just for the cutting. So when it opens up, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 little quarters. And when you open it up completely, you're going to have 8, but you're going to leave it on the folded side where it's halved, okay? Then you're going to cut. So if you're only doing 1, just cut 1 sliver off of there. But if you're doing 4 and you're mass making, you may as well do it all at once. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do them all on camera with you, but I'm going to open this up and I'm going to glue all that I can glue. It doesn't need to be all the fancy stuff, just the solid part. Okay, I'm just going to glue that together. Hopefully I did a better job of gluing it this time. And I'm going to get my glue scissors because I don't want to get glue all over my pretty ones. And then I'm going to cut just the tip. So these ones, they're going to, I guess I should have glued it after because my scissors are going to need some cleaning. So we've got 4 wedges now. Okay, we're only going to need 1. So I'm going to put 3 aside for when I make some more. And then this part becomes your top. So you can imagine you even it up so that you got a waist. Now you can do it a couple different ways. You cannot be bothered and just glue the triangle down there if you want it. I like to, why I only glued the one little portion is because I like to insert mine in here. in the little, I don't know if you'll be able to see that there's a little wee hole here. So I just put it in there, but I need a little bit of glue on here so that it will stick when I open it up. I'll do both sides to make sure it catches somewhere. Okay. Maybe you'll see if I can do this better. There's the hole. Okay. And there's my glue. I'm going to put it in. Okay. Until, it doesn't matter where my glue is, how far down. And then there we go. There's my waist on my dress. And that's the part that you're going to want to wrap with twine, or you're going to wrap with the leaves. I'm going to do that with you in a minute, but I first want to show you this can be finished just like that if you wanted to, or you can put, like I said, the gold trim. Let's see, got the dropsies today. The gold trim around. Oh, that's pretty. That's really elegant. Or we can do the what do you call this, leaves. We could do some leaves around. We can just color it. We could do some yarn. We can do the tiny washi tape that I seem to be missing. I don't know where I put it. Oh no. It's so tiny. It's a skinny washi tape. I have no idea where it went to. So I'll try these. All right, let's see if they stick, or if they're stuck all together, or if they're single. I bet you they're single. Oh my goodness, they're single. No. Oh, I'm so happy it came off in one bunch. Okay, so I'm going to lay that across the middle. I'm so happy. There we go. Hope you can see that. And then it can go around the back. I'm going to flip it over. I'm actually going to make it an X in the back. I think I like that. Kind of looks like a bow that way. Oh, that's elegant. Okay, so I'm totally all about just leaving it white. I really am. I really love that. If I was putting it in a journal right now, I would color coordinate it. I could maybe ink it up around the edges and say I'm doing blue or whatever I'm doing. But now if you want a bodice like this, a heart-shaped bodice on it, you just take the top part and you fold. I'm going to show you actually on the other ones, because you could do that before you even put it in. So the pieces that we have that are little chunks, you can put that in half. I wouldn't press it like press it down or anything, because you don't want to crease. And you're going to take your scissors, and now this part here is where you want to be the lower part, because that's where the breast is going to be, the cleavage. So you're going to want to go lower here to higher at the top end there, maybe even a bit lower than that. There we go. And when we open it up, pretend this is the one we're doing. Oh, it's kind of square. So if we were doing this, it would be a square bodice, but I'm going to round off the ends, which is easy to do. And there we go. We can have the top be like a heart romantic shape. There is a word for that. Romance. I don't know. So there's the first dress all completed. What do you think? Are you ready for number 2? The number 2 is actually probably easier, because now you know each step that I'm going to do, except step 1, and step 1 is actually easier in this second one. Okay, for the second dress. We're on to the second dress already. We are going to make sure they're good side facing down again. Actually, for the second one, if you wanted, we don't even need the second one. We can use the slices of the other one if we so choose. But I'll show you a different way. All right, so the first one, I think I might have two together here. Just one second. Ha, I do. I thought it looked a little brighter. Make sure it's the right side. Nope, down. Okay, so for this one, we are doing something a little bit different. We're gonna just cut off, and it doesn't have to be precise. We're just gonna cut off a little bit of this top area here. So we're just gonna go willy-nilly. There's no science to this part. Okay, we're just gonna go like that. Then you're gonna go in, and you're gonna wanna kind of eyeball for your bodice. Okay, so how much waist you want. If you want a nice tiny waist one like this, you would bring it in closer. If you wanted a larger waist one, so it's a flowier dress, which I'd like right now, I'm going to go a little bit further out, okay? And then I'm going to crease on both sides. I'm going to try to make it as even as I can. There we go. And then I'm going to just put a little dab of glue in there. Now this one, it is like almost like, oh, what are those dancers called? Oh, there's a fancy Italian dancing. Oh my gosh, this would be so sweet for that. And this would be really nice and red. I'm gonna get glue all over me. It's okay. There we go. Okay, so this kind of dress. See how it's up, gonna be up in the top of your two legs. Your two legs would come out here, and it would be up a little bit higher. That's so pretty. Here, maybe you can see better if I put my scissors in there. There. You can kind of see. Okay. And then we're going to have this wider waist, so these will not probably work very well. Yeah, see, it would be way hot, too high. So what we're going to do now, we'll put that aside, and we're going to make the wider bodice for this beautiful piece. So for this one, we're going to cut this in half, I believe. Just one second. Okay, I figured it out. I couldn't remember how this one went. So you're going to want to cut this in half. I creased it so I could see the half point, which isn't really necessary because you could just eyeball that. It's real easy. This one would make two of this one for the bodice. You fold it in half again, and then now the good side is on the outside. Oh, I didn't do a very good job folding that in half. Excuse my dogs, they're playing in the next room on my bed. Now this point you can, and I'm going to, is choose to just glue it shut a little bit. Okay, because this part can get a little fiddly. All right, so now we're going to try to even it, match it up to this opening. So it might take a little patience, but you're going to want to do two little triangles basically on each side to make it a little bit wider, because if you bring it right in like we did the other one, it'll be too small. So two little triangles, and then measure it up. Just put it on here and see how it looks. And for me, I think that looks okay. I could bring it out a little bit more, but I could also push it down so the bodice is up a little bit. So what I'm going to do also is probably just freehand a heart shape. Like I'm really good at this. Oh my goodness. I should have did it the way I did the other one. That's all right. That's actually not too bad. Okay, I'm also going to glue those little folds, the little triangles on the back. I'm going to glue those shut. Normally, if I'm doing this without doing it on video, I would be like clipping these to make sure they're solid closed. Now, this is going to slip in. You're going to want to slip it into that hole. So I'm going to put some glue just in the bottom. It doesn't need to be a lot. just a little dab. And then you're going to want to slip it into that little pocket. Now, hopefully I didn't glue this. Nope, it's still tacky, so that's good. All right, so we're going to flip it over because my glue's on the other side. And I'm going to put that in there for my bodice. And I'm going to hold it. And look at that. Now, I'm going to put... not washi tape, because I can't find that washi tape. I don't know where that thing went. I will put, let's see. Oh, I'll get another mini washi tape. I got lots here. Okay. We have some washi. So I'll just take another little washi. I don't know, but there's butterflies on this one. That's good. And, oh my goodness, it's so tiny. I don't think I've ever used this tiny of washi before. Okay, and then I'm going to just take a long strip and I'm going to cut it with my fingers. That's the nice thing about washi. It's so easy to do. And I'm going to put it down like that. Lift it up. And I'm going to do the same as I did with the other one. Just kind of cross it in the back. I don't care if it's longer. Because more likely I would just glue this onto a page or something. And I might even do some paper dolls and put this on her as a dress. That's why I like the different sizes. Because you never know the size of your paper doll. Just remember, the larger your doilies are, the larger the dress will be. The smaller your doilies are, the smaller your dress will be. Okay, so you could do a great big large one all the way down to a tiny, tiny one. My biggest one, of course, is this one, but it was like a page, an 8x10 page. And the smallest one was one of those little silver ones I showed you at the beginning, and that's how tiny that one is. I bet you that would fit on some of Tim Holtz's paper dolls. Okay, well, this was fun. Thank you for joining along. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love for you to tell me where I could find your channel. Subscribe to my channel. We're all trying to help each other out during this month-long fun hashtag. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will be talking to you again tomorrow for the letter E. I wonder what I'm doing for E. Any guesses? I don't even know myself yet. So, all right, everyone. Take care. Have a great night.